So ship builds, a lot of people are wondering, hey man, what do you do for a ship build? Some of our videos we put up on YouTube, people are wondering why when I shoot a cannonball, it's shooting explosive balls. What's the type of cannon that you have? So we're going to go over that real quick. So weapons, our bow weapon, we are using the Seafire. We'll demonstrate that some more. Then on our broadsiders, we have Sherlock Tracers. You may be wondering what's a Sherlock Chaser. That is cannons that you earn. Oops, sorry about that. So then long gun 3s. I use a lot of long guns. I like to do a lot of long distance shooting. On the back, we are using the bombard cannons. Yeah, it's called Mons Meg. It's a tier 1. Does 1,875 damage. If you're wondering how you bring that up, just bring up the details of the weapon and you can compare. Makes it pretty easy. So in our auxiliary port, we are using a mortar. This is a level 1, nothing special. I intend to put a healing mortar on when we do a lot of PvP later. A group of guys, Hayes 985 and Monco, we play a lot in here together. You've probably seen some of our videos. We're posting them up on YouTube. If you haven't, we're Banished Souls over on YouTube. You can check the links in the description, guys. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can come on over to Cryptic Gaming 723, and that is on Twitch. And again, check the description. I've got the links there as well. Okay, so then on our armor, I'm using the La Fortress 2. Okay, this has a armor value of 720. It's 33% resistance against flooding, 13% against piercing. Everyone is using torpedoes in this game. I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of them, but hey, they're using them. So definitely you're going to want to put Fortress armor on. There's a lot of different types of armor that you can do. So here you have like layered scales. This was one of the early ones I'd put on. And then iron husk as well. It doesn't do anywhere near the amount of safety on it. Then your furniture slots, what this does is it adds buffs. Okay, so like this one here, this is going to help. It's a rope blocker. This helps with your stamina. It helps with your acceleration of your fleet when you're trying to actually take and secure a boat or board somebody. Then we have the bombard works. This adds an extra 19% of elemental damage. So that's where you're getting your fire stuff, guys. When I shoot a fireball and it's flaming, it's not because I'm using special cannonballs. It's because I'm using these things to boost elemental damage. Kind of like Elder Scrolls, if you are familiar with that game. So this one here, we're increasing damage to enemy ships with a blaze effect, 10%. So we're adding another 10% onto that 19%. This here does for the long guns. This is going to increase elemental damage multiplier of the long guns by 19%. So the elemental damage that we're putting out here is the gunpowder bench, which is fire. It gives extra fire. And that also adds it so when you're boarding or before you board, you can actually chuck fireballs, have your crew start throwing firebombs over onto the other boat. It's pretty cool stuff. Ship cosmetics is just that, not a whole lot of anything. We went with the Kraken. That is actually a right at Kingpin level is what you're supposed to be. So that's the first flag you get over in the Smuggler's Den. So that's where I spent my 50 coin instead of upgrading, mainly because I'm not really upgrading anything over there yet, just from the point of it's kind of jacked up. I took a mission, delivered, come back, everything's completed, but everywhere I go, I'm being chased by privateers now. And then you can, of course, change your ship colors and stuff. I just went with this kind of green color because it looks cool coming in through storms. It really does. Makes you look like a ghost ship. And of course, we have the Grim Reaper on the front. We have these little wave designs as well. Always keep an eye out for your ports and disembark areas, because when you're fighting, if you actually get destroyed, even though you pick up your cargo, your hull's going to be a little bit less uh, strength to it. You're going to lose about a quarter of your health every time on your health bar, every time you get blown up in the water. So always use those things to repair the hull, or you can come all the way back to St. Anne. But they're everywhere.